What's up, YouTube? It's your boy PunkyMon26 back at it again with another episode of where we take a non-meta deck and bring it to the ranked ladder. Now, as you can see, I kind of redid the rules a bit. So I'm not going to do 2 upgrades per, ELO rank up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to upgrade the deck as I see fit to come into the new era. So what I did for the silver rank is I've actually turned this into a Chaos deck. And Chaos Sworn is one of my favorite variants of Light Sworns. I didn't really have a lot to craft with, so I used mostly cards that I already had. I put 2 DD Crows in here because it's a dark that you could just pitch from your hand at any time to remove a card from your opponent's graveyard. And banish it. So it gets a dark in the graveyard to help with the chaos engine. I put Sangan in here. Yes, it's a little slow. I agree. But it does search the whole deck. Pretty much the whole deck. Any of the Light Sworns that I'm going to be looking to see more often, well, honestly, just Lumina. Now that I'm looking at it, Sangan searches Lumina, which is really good because Lumina is pretty much our starter for the deck. It starts plays for us. Then we've got Necro Gardener that we added. It can be milled, and then you can save yourself from some one battle. You can negate an attack. I added Kari Bandit because during the end phase, when it was normal summon, I can tribute it and excavate the top 5 cards of my deck, add 1 spell, and then send the rest to the graveyard. So it does the milling process. It's also a dark type, or dark attribute monster, to feed into our Chaos monsters, which right now we've got Chaos Sorcerer and Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, for our Chaos package. And then we've also added Dark Armed Dragon, because there could definitely be quite a few instances where we have exactly 3 darks in the graveyard, and then Dark Arm can hit the field, clean some stuff up, and maybe even attack for game it depending on where we're at. And also, because the deck is a 50 card deck, I went ahead and added That Grass Looks Greener. What this does is it mills cards from the top of your deck until you have the exact same amount of cards in your deck as your opponent. So it can be very advantageous for us in getting names in the graveyard for Judgment Dragon, or darks and lights in the graveyard, say if we have BLS or Chaos Sorcerer in hand. So it's a very, very good card. Obviously it's set to 1 for a reason, but that is the deck that we are going in with today. I do plan on upgrading it more as I go, but we're going to save this for now, and I've actually got a couple of things that I'd like to do before we jump into the duels. As you guys can see, I've got 3,000 gems here. So what I would like to do is I would like to go ahead and purchase the Blue Eyes package and do a little bit of a pack opening with you guys to start things off here. And I've also got a ticket for a Royal Rare pack. So we'll do that first since it's one thing. It'll be really easy to get done. As you guys saw in the first episode, we got the Rainbow Dragon Royal Rare. So let's go ahead and see what our second anniversary pack is going to be. It's going to be the Dark Magician pack. It's not great. I know Dark Magician. I've played it plenty of times in my Masochist series. I'm just not the hugest Dark Magician deck fan because it is bricky, it is slow, but it's cool to see, and we might even get something really cool for the Royal Rare. Ooh, we got a Debris Dragon. That's actually really cool. 2010 called. They want their tuner back. And so we've got Piercing the Darkness and Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, which is Dark Magician and 1 dragon monster. That's pretty good. Piercing the Darkness, if you normal or special summon a non-token normal monster, you can draw 1 card. That's pretty cool. And then our Royal Rare for the pack, let's see what we get. Guaranteed Royal Ultra Finish. And here it is, we got Soul Servant. It's a very pretty card to have Royal Rare. Again, I don't really play Dark Magician, so this doesn't really do a lot for me, but maybe somewhere down the line I'll pick up the Dark Magician deck since I've got a few of the pieces and see where we can go from there. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and buy our 3,000 gem 30 pack. I believe it's 30 packs. Second anniversary bundle that we get some Blue Eyes stuff with. This is my favorite. A lot of other people as well, but this is my favorite artwork of Blue Eyes. It's the first artwork that I ever saw. Kaiba used it in the show. It came out in the Kaiba starter deck. By far, in a way, my favorite artwork for Blue Eyes. So let's go ahead and purchase this. I'll be happy to add this Blue Eyes. It'll be my third Blue Eyes too, because I got the 2 free ones from the starter deck. So let's see what we can pull in these packs. Alright, starting off strong, we got a UA Hyper Stadium. Ooh, Harpy's Hunting Ground. Endymion the Master Magician. Not bad. I really like Harpies. I love the Harpies deck, so pulling the Harpies Hunting Ground is really nice. I might actually build Harpies to bring to the ladder someday. And we got a Monk of the Tinyi. Oh, our Ultra in the pack is a Ringo Worm, the Dragon Guarding the 100 Apples. It's funny, I actually had this put into a Dragon Link deck that I built on a different account. And I actually cut this card because I didn't want to craft it and I didn't want to try to pull for it. So I have it now on this account. Doesn't really do me a whole lot of good on this account right now because I don't have Dragon Link on my main account. It's on one of my backup accounts. I think it's the one on that I play on my phone. I have like 4 or 5 accounts for Master Duel. We got Witchcrafter Creation and Chocolate Magician Girl, another Magician card. The game is really pushing hard for me to play Dark Magician right now. Got a couple other supers in this pack. We got Predaplant Flytrap, that's pretty cool. The Weather Rainbowed Canvas for that Rainbow Dragon we just pulled the other day. Oh wait, no, this is for the weather cards, not the Rainbow Dragon. And we got a Kashtira Shangri-Ira. Really good card for the Kashtira deck, helps with the lockout mechanic. Looks like this pack is wanting to come into nothing. Looked like it was setting up to be adding a super rare to the pack, but it looks like that did not happen. Which is fair, you know, we got 30 packs here, can't expect to hit in every pack. Infinitrack Trencher, Gimmick Puppet, Shadowfeller, Mermaid Shark, Danger Chupacabra. Love the Danger package, might add that to the Light Sworns at some point. I do have, I believe, the entire Danger package, so it could be pretty advantageous to add later on. Then we got Labyrinth Archfiend, that's pretty cool. Gookie Bear Hug, Mayutin Evolution Lab. Pack number 8 coming up. We do have a Super Spiral Flame Strike. This goes for the Odd Eyes deck. I do not play Odd Eyes, so I will not be worried about that. It's funny, like, Odd Eyes came out much later than Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, but I still see more Dark Magician and Blue Eyes decks on the ladder than I don't think I've ever seen like a full Odd Eyes deck on the ladder. Ooh, we got Draco back, the Rideable Dragon. That's a great card. Also got Chaos Emperor, Envoy of the End. I believe this is my second copy. I could add that, but with the errata to its effect, it's not that great. I do have a Chaos Dragon Levianair that I plan to add to the deck as well at some point. The Lightsworn deck, that is. Binghalancer the Resurgent. I believe this is a pretty good card for plants. I mean, it's a pretty good card in general, but you need 2 plant monsters to play it, so... And that was the first 10 packs. Here come the next 10. Let's see what we can get. You know, as long as we come away with like 2 or 3 Ultras, I'll be happy, because we also still get the free Blue Eyes White Dragon Ultra. We got a Yubel in this pack. Love Yubel. Psyframe Driver for those Psyframe Omega plays. That was a pretty decent pack that didn't have any like supers or ultras in it. Well, speaking of the weather painters, then we've got Fortune Lady Dark, Blackwing Boreas the Sharp, Fortune Fairy N. So we got a couple of fortune cards in this pack. Pack number 13. Rise of the Mega Monarch, that's really good, and Flu. Ancient Gear Knight, Aether the Evil Empowering Dragon, X-Saber Airbellum. It's pretty big. Number 92 is a pretty decent card. Voltester. I love the artwork for Voltester. Really enjoy this artwork. Nothing else really big in that pack. We got an Ultra in this pack, so let's see if we can pull something really big here. I've got most of the staple cards, but you know, I could always use more talent and more thrust. One-Shot Wand, Battling Boxer, Rabbit Puncher, Zombie Power Struggle, and we've got a Darmaturge of Despia. That's pretty decent. Dan Mari at Ignister, 7 Cities of the Golden Land, and our... Ooh! So if you guys missed it in my most recent Masochist episode, I played against a Shadal deck, and that match was probably the best match I've had on the channel so far. So if you haven't yet, go back and watch that match. It was really good, really back and forth, and I actually came out on top. Spoiler alert. Alright, nothing in that pack worth mentioning, really. And we've got Sky Striker Ace Rose. Fire Hand's really cool. Tour Buster through the Forbidden Realms. I remember when that came out in the TCG and everybody was like, ooh, they're building on the Tour Guide set. And then it just kind of, Tour Guide just remained like the only one that was good out of all of the Tour Bus series of cards. And we got Alpha the Magnet Warrior. Really love this card. Love old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really love the Magnet Warrior cards. So the fact that they actually have a deck now is actually pretty cool for me too. Alright, then we've got some more cards. Orbital 7's pretty cool. Kiwi Magician Girl, more Magician Girl support. Got a super out of this pack. Pack number 20 coming up. 2 supers. Torque, Toon Gear, and Emergeroid Call. I think that's how you say that. Final 10 packs of this opening, and then we will get into some duels. Got a Seraphim Papillon. That's pretty cool. Grin, Tactician of the Dark World. I'm a huge fan of the Dark World cards. Always kind of wished that there was a way to mix Dark World with Lightsworn. But realistically, Dark World need to be discarded from the hand and not milled from the deck. So they really don't have a lot of synergy. I mean, Grapha in the graveyard's really good because it can come back from the graveyard with its own effect, but it's the only one that really does anything useful from the graveyard. That doesn't have to be discarded first. We got a Vampire Fraulein. I believe that opens up the pack that Eldritch the Golden Lord comes in. Got a Utopia on this one. Let's see if it actually gives us anything cool. I'm also realizing now that I'm looking at it that my filter might actually be making me completely... try and see if I can fix that real quick. Edit filters. Let's turn this down. Turn this up a bit. Mid-video editing, I know. Great stuff, great stuff. Oop. That looks better. Okay. Sylvan Hermitry. Ooh, Snake Eye Oak. We got a Snake Eye card. That is the next deck I plan on building for my own competitive use. Not for this series, rather. But I really do like the Snake Eyes deck. After seeing it, it looks really fun. Dragunity Knight Vajrayana. Funny story with Dragunities. When I first got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! In high school, I had taken, from 2006 to 2010, I didn't play. And when I first got back in, I had gotten a couple of friends to play with me. And my buddy Randy, at the time, the Dragunity structure deck had just come out. And he went and bought 3 of them the night that I told him that we were going to be picking Yu-Gi-Oh back up and playing again, he went out, bought 3 of the structure deck, brought it to school the next day, and then completely messed all of us up because none of us were prepared for like a constructed deck. We had all just bought like a few packs and put together what we could at that time. You know, old school playground Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is actually, when he brought that Drag Unity deck and was just completely rolling all of us, that is what got me into wanting to get better at the game. That is why I played competitively for a while after that point. Ooh, Ocustrion. If you guys missed last episode, I did say I'm thinking about bringing Orcust to the next laddering session I do with the deck. Gladiator Beast Heraclanos. I played Glad Beasts for a little while there. Lots of fun. Situationally, they're still pretty good too. They aren't as good as a lot of the higher tier decks, obviously, but... And then we got another... Oh, a vampire... So we got 2 vampire cards in this pack opening that were above rare. And then our final pack here... Armed Dragon, the Armored Dragon, and Paleozoic Anomalocaris. That's a word. That is certainly a word. So we got a few URs, probably none that I plan on keeping, but we also got all of this cool stuff. So we got the Blue Eyes White Dragon icon. We got the Blue Eyes White Dragon Royal Rare card, which is absolutely stunning. The Blue Eyes White Dragon icon frame. The sleeves, the deck box, the field, the graveyard and banish zones, the friend or the mate stand, and a Blue Eyes White Dragon background for the game. Cool. So, without further ado, let's see the number I own. So, yeah, as you guys can see, a lot of these were new cards for me. All of them were pretty much. I don't plan on keeping a lot of these, so these can be dusted to help build decks in the future, which is great. But I just wanted to have a little pack opening session with you guys since I had the extra gems left over before we got into the duels. But now that we're past that, let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, here we are, game 1 of the video, and we got a pretty alright hand. I chose to go first. I wanted to just jump right in with the new cards that we've added to the deck. We'll go ahead and run out Charge of the Light Brigade. And opponent either doesn't have an Ash or isn't playing with their auto grabber turned on. What do we milled Jane. Okay. We're going to go ahead and Solar Recharge away Lumina. And we got 4 Light Sworns already in the grave. Now the issue is we've got Chaos Monsters in our hand but have no way of doing anything about that. So I'm going to go ahead and set the Sangan. And then next turn, if my opponent destroys the Sangan, we can start popping off with our Chaos Monsters. Now this deck is definitely obviously based on a lot of luck. So you kind of got to get lucky to get what you need, which is why I like the deck a lot. It's like, yeah, I could play a competitive deck and learn combos and be great with that competitive deck, or I can have fun running my luck with Light Sworns and seeing if my opponents can actually respond to it. And speak of the devil, as I was mentioning earlier in the episode, lots of Dark Magician and Blue Eyes on the ladder. I have yet to actually see someone play the new Blue Eyes card that came out. Not the new Blue Eyes card, but the Royal Rare that you get with the set. I haven't seen it played against me yet, and I'd really love to see it. And again, I also wouldn't mind actually building Blue Eyes now that I've got that card. And now that I have 3 total Blue Eyes, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Oh, Nikes, he's playing Curry Bandit. Sweet! First episode, I put Curry Bandit in, and it's also the first time I've ever actually seen a Curry Bandit played against me. In 2 years, I've never seen Curry Bandit come up, but here he is. Oh, that's funny. He didn't attack. Okay. I see you, big dog. He's gonna attribute that. See, that's why Curry Bandit's better than Sangan, because you get to do this. He's gonna add a spell card. or a trap card, depending on which one he wants to take. Obviously, he can't use it till his next turn because, you know, he's ended his turn. Let's see, what else can I do here? I can actually probably make some plays this turn coming up, depending on what I draw, obviously. Necrogardna. Okay. So, with that, do I have any rank 3s? I do have a rank 3. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip summon my Sangan. Obviously, he can activate Eternal Soul. That's fine. Yeah, and what are you going to do with it? You know, I will actually drop an Ash on that. I don't want you having the extra card. I don't want you being able to just have a card that deletes part of my field when you get Dark Magician out. It does not sound like something that I would like to have happen. Apparently he's got another response. Oh. Special summon this card from your hand. That is fine, my man. That is fine. For what I'm about to do, that is completely okay. I'm going to go ahead and make Masquerena. Leviair would be great if I already had cards banished, but I don't, so we're going to go this route first. Sangan does get its effect proc. I did not know that. It can also search out Max C, that's great. We'll grab Lumina for backup plays later. And I can actually run out both of these guys. And since we have a Lumina in hand, I'll go ahead and get rid of that one. And since Necrogardna's got an effect in the grave, we'll go ahead and get rid of Sangan to special summon out BLS. Now, let us go forth and start swinging. Obviously, with Blackluster Soldier's ability, you can attack a monster and then attack a second time in a row. And then we'll get in with Masquerena there. And you know, I might put out Chaos Sorcerer just so I have a way to get to Unicorn without having to get rid of, and I'll get rid of Raiden since he's a 3-of in the deck. And I really don't want to get rid of Necrogardna here just in case for the crackback, but I can also play Unicorn and ditch Lumina to the grave with Unicorn on their turn. And because of Masquerena, Unicorn will be free from getting destroyed by card effect. I could have done that first and got more damage in, but it wasn't lethal, so I didn't see any real reason to. Now he's going to add the Dark Magic attack or 1,000 Knives from deck to hand. Ash really only set him a turn behind, but that's fine. Like, being a turn ahead of your opponent can sometimes be very useful, because like this turn you could have used that to get, you know, you got 1,000 Knives that time. You could have got a dark magic attack on this turn and had both. And if he has a way to get Dark Magician out right now, I mean, that would be pretty insane. Do I play? I do. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. So if they, okay, so they just go straight to end phase. I guess they don't have anything. Change a heart off the top. I'm gonna run out Lumina just because. He's gonna activate Eternal Soul. It'd be funny if he played a Dark Magician with Eternal Soul right here. And he's just gonna add to hand. That's fine. Yeah. You're not making it past this turn, I don't think. You might have something stored for me, but we'll see. Who else? Okay, so I got Lila. I could discard for Lumina, summon Lila, and use her effect to get rid of Eternal Soul right now, but wouldn't be as advantageous for me because my opponent doesn't have anything on the field, and I can just walk in for the game right here. That is a win. Put another W in the win column for Lightsworn. Alright, here we are, game 2, and I am going first again. Again, not a very good going first kind of hand, but I mean, it is what it is. I can set Necro Gardener right now and pass turn, and that way, even if he destroys it, I can stop one attack from happening to save my life for next turn. I probably should have. This is more of a going second deck. I chose to go first just because I like to see if I can set something up yeah, we're not going to let that happen. No getting your free card off of that. And we're playing against Vanadium. Vanadium's a pretty cool archetype, I would say. Probably should have ashed, well, because I just didn't want him to get a free Visa Starfrost off. Yeah, we can DD Crow that. Bye. So far the only thing he knows about my deck is that I play hand traps, which is like every deck. So, doubt he was expecting a DD Crow to be dropped. Probably was thinking Dimension Shifter, but oh, Tier Elements. That's fine. Please, oh man, I was like, please send the top 3 decks, the 3 cards of my deck to the graveyard. Another thing that can be added to this deck to ensure that you don't deck yourself out, the Shizu Fairy cards that allow you to put cards from your graveyard back into your deck. He's got Snow in the graveyard. That is fun. Snow is another card that goes really well in this deck. It's a light type, and it can recur from the graveyard. You can banish 7 cards from your hand, field, or graveyard to special summon this card from the graveyard. And what it does is when it's normally special summoned, it Book of Moons. So, I mean, it's a really good card. And if you're dealing with a deck that does a lot of banishing anyways, it's pretty great to have. He went into a Cross Sheep here. And then he looks like he's going to be summoning out a Vicious Astrolaud. And then this lets him special summon a level 4 lower monster from the graveyard. I think he's only got 2. Yeah, he's only got Snow and Medora. So he's bringing Snow back. Snow's effect can't really do anything because my monster's already in face down defense position. But he's probably going to use that to rank up here. Yeah, link up, I guess. Link climb would be the term. Sprite Elf hit in the field, gonna get him a rank level link 2 from the graveyard. Oh, I guess it's level. Oh no, see, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can target 1 rank or link 2 monster instead. So, since I've got Necro Gardener out, he could bring Cross Sheep back if he wanted to, or the only other option he's got right now is Max C. So, I mean, he could bring Max C back and do a link play. Necro Gardener going to the grave. I will happily take this 1400. Guy still doesn't know what I've got going on in my deck. He does bring back the Max C. Maybe he does. Maybe he has a link play he wants to make here. He just leaves Max C on the field. That's pretty wicked. Sangan. That is not what I wanted to see here, but it'll do. So what I'm going to do here, I'll summon out Lila. I believe Sprite Elf can activate on my turn, so that's probably the effect he's getting, being able to proc. I'm going to go straight into battle phase and attack over Sprite Elf. You can, yeah, you can... No, I still want to attack Sprite Elf. And then main phase 2, you can activate Lila's effect to put her into defense mode and destroy one of their back row, or in this case, their field spell. And then during the end phase, Lila mills 3. Got a Felis. Nice, 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 nice. Just gonna banish that to put that back in my deck, which is fine. Probably put Necrogardna back in there as well. Yep. And he's gonna put his Vanadium card back on into his extra deck. Another Tier Elements card, Sheeran. I was under the impression that like all of the tier before they came out, like now I know, but before they came out in Master Duel, I wasn't really keeping up with the TCG. I was only keeping up with Master Duel at one point, and I thought all the Tier Elements were going to be level 2s, like every single one. Did not know that there was some extra plays they had, or like cards that had like different levels to make extra plays available to them. Oh, Fairy Tale Snow, banishing 7 cards. He could have the win right. Yeah, he does have the win right here. You know what? I'll let him have it. He worked for it. I'll let him have the win. I'm not gonna surrender just because I know the final attack's coming. Honestly, if Felis would have been able to pop out, I might have had a better chance of living through this turn, at the very least. But it is what it is. On to the next game. Alright, game 3. If the first 2 games didn't show you the duality of this deck, you could have a great opening hand, or you can have an opening hand that's kind of bricky. This opening hand isn't as bricky as it might look from first glance. Obviously, Wolf can't be normal summoned, but I do have a Solar Recharge to get it out of my hand at the very least. Even if they ash the Solar Recharge, it gets Wolf out of my hand, which is where it needs to be. Does not need to be in my hand. Warrock. I have never played against a Warrock deck. I know it popped off kind of for a little bit there in Duel Links, but I've never actually played against a Warrock deck myself. So this will be interesting, to say the very least. Hmm. 3600 attack point Warrock in phase. Love to see it. And now I've got Raiden. So Raiden, even if they do ash my Solar Recharge, Raiden will be able to come out onto the field. I don't want to waste a Lightning Storm, but like, if I don't use it now, I might never be able... You know what? I'll hold on to it for a turn. That's what I'll do. I'll hold on to it for 1 turn. Go ahead. Oh, see, they don't have the Ash because it allowed me to. And I got Felis in the graveyard now. Everything's looking good. We're going to go ahead and normal summon out Raiden. Use his effect. Sending 2 more Light Sworns to the graveyard. So now I've got 4 names in the grave. And that's all you could really ask for. I wish Lumina was in hand, because it would have been useful. However, it is what it is. And then Raiden's going to get another 2 off the top at the end of the turn. JD and Monster Reincarnation. So, to get that JD back, we would have to... At this point, because we only run 1 Monster Reincarnation, we would have to use Curious, I believe, is the Curious the Lightsworn. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of opponent's card effect, while in its owner's control, you can target one card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So yes. Curious the Lightsworn. What was it? A druid? A Lightsworn druid? Is that what it said? You'd think I'd know, but I actually... Oh, Dominion. Okay. You'd think I'd know, but I actually didn't play Lightsworn when Curious was coming out. I didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! At all when Curious came out, so it's one of the newer cards for me. Minerva was probably the newest card that I knew about prior to rejoining the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. And he goes for a Raigeki. He could have just easily saved that for when I had more monsters on the field. But he's going in for a fat 5,600. He could have just swung over me, man. It would have been fine. I mean, that is fat damage. I'll give it to you. You did a lot of damage there, but now I can just Lightning Storm on the crackback, take out 3 of your cards, and then be open to whatever I want to do after that. Foolish Burial. Blech. Words. So I think with this Foolish, since I've already got plenty of cards in, plenty of Lightsworn cards in grave, including 2 Raidens, I'm going to use it to dump a Sangan, because I don't want to draw Sangan if I don't have to, and I can use that to then make a Chaos play. And I'll go ahead and Ash there. I don't really need Ash in hand, obviously, and that stops them from getting another a recurring card. So we'll Foolish, and we'll drop a Sangan. And then use that Sangan in one of our extra Raidens in the graveyard to special summon out Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. And then I will summon out Lila. I won't, obviously I can't use its effect because there's no magic or trap cards on my opponent's side of the field to proc its effect, so I can't use its first effect. Obviously it will send 3 cards to the graveyard for me right here. Maxi, Solar Recharge, and Lightning Storm. That's a tough one. That's the gamble you take. Obviously my field isn't terrible right now. Blackluster Soldier is standing tall. Real big right now. Lila looking great, doing her thing. I wish Max C would have been a dark monster. He's got a Lightning Storm of his own. That's you know, it is what it is. Lightning Storm for the crackback. I hope you didn't just draw that, because that would be, I mean, he had Raigeki and Lightning Storm, so like, kudos to you, my man. Kudos to you. I'm already at less cards than my opponent, so if I drew that grass looks greener, then it would be pointless. Lumina. Okay. Lumina is great. Right here. So I can summon out Lumina. Activate her effect. I'm going to pitch Chaos Sorcerer, because I really don't need it. I can get to 3,100 maximum damage right now, which is nuts, because like I want to go for Wolf to get the maximum damage, put him down to 200, and I'll have a Wolf out, but I kind of want to go for Raiden, proc his effect, see if I could maybe mill another Wolf, because I believe I run 2. Maybe I even run 3. But we're going to proc his effect. Well, we got rid of that Grasslook Screener, so I don't have to worry about drawing that. Now the question becomes, okay, so I'm going to attack first because it does more damage this way. And then I'm going to Synchro Summon Michael, the Lightsworn Dragon, in my main phase 2 to have more ability to stick around. And he mills 4 cards instead of the 5 that these 2 would mill. I don't want to get like too low on cards, especially when I don't have any in hand right now. So we'll pause there. And Michael has an effect as well that's... Oh, he only mills 3 cards, thank God. Michael has an effect as well. I milled all 3 maxis. Where he can pay 1,000 life points and banish a card on your opponent's field. So it's like a worse version of Blackluster Soldier's ability. But he can still attack the turn he uses that ability as well. So is it worse? Book of Eclipse. You put Michael in defense mode, and then he activates Warrock Medium. When your opponent controls a special summon monster, and you control a level 7 or higher Warrock monster, and either during main phase 1, either player can activate the effects of monsters on the field. During your main phase, you can set 1 Warrock spell trap directly from your deck, except Warrock Medium. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except warrior monsters. And then he played Warrock Mountain. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Warrock monster from your deck to your hand. At the start of the battle phase, if you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can special summon 1 Warrock monster that has from your hand that has a different name than the cards you control. Okay, so he's got a 1900 point beat stick here. And he can special summon something else from his hand during the battle phase, but he doesn't go to battle, so he must not have anything in hand. There's the Sangan that I didn't want to draw earlier. Wolf in hand 2. That is fantastic. I think he loses here, no matter what. I'm going to go ahead and activate this just to be safe, because I don't want anything popping off. Change to attack position, change to attack position, or summon in attack mode. And we'll swing in for game. Oh, he does have the ability to special summon a card, so whatever he special summons here, he's got to be able to... okay, well that will definitely do it. I think he just won the game right there, actually. Yeah, because he can attack over Sangan now. Should not have summoned Sangan. See? Learning experience. Wait till main phase 2 if you're unsure of summoning a monster. But yeah. So, on to the next one. Alright, new goal for the video is to make it to Silver 4. Already been recording for about 45 minutes, and I don't want to make this episode too long, because I'm a little under the weather, but I wanted to be able to put out a video for you guys this week and this weekend. I'm recording this one now. I'll record Masochist closer to the day that it's supposed to go up, because I want to give my chance a chance. I want to give myself a chance to feel better before then. That is the hope. Three dark monsters in hand, but I do have Change of Heart. Curry Bandit's pretty great. I'm playing against at least some semblance of a Dark Magician deck. He's using Illusion of Chaos. There's Magician Souls. So, I mean, we've got this. This will probably be a pretty good game. Magician Souls. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that Dark Magician in your graveyard so you can't just special summon it for free. I know I have Change of Heart and I could take it and use it for something on my turn, but I'd rather them not have it altogether. Okay. That's all he had because I got rid of that Dark Magician, so... What is this? It's just a level 1 spellcaster. Let's go ahead and Foolish. He's probably got Ash of his own. Does not. Great for me. Let's send one of our wolves to the graveyard. Maxi. Maxi. Nice. Well, I only planned on special summoning this one time, so it'll just be a 1-for-1 for them. Then I will go Curry Bandit. We'll go Battle Phase. I don't need to waste Change of Heart on Magician Souls here because it just goes down like that. And 2100 to the face. Let's go ahead and end phase. You get to proc, so we'll sacrifice you to use your ability. See if we can pick up a cool... Ooh, Feather Duster's great. Recharge is good. Recharge would be great if we had a card in hand to use it with. Heavy Harpy's Feather Duster, because it's a one of, and I have extras of both of the other cards, I believe. I'll let those go to the grave. And Raiden goes as well, which is good. And now I've got a wolf on the field ready to contend. Eventually, the way I want to get with this deck is to have it built to where it's like a 60 card deck that runs that grass looks greener, but also, okay, so he's gonna get out the Dark Magician this turn, which is fine. That's fine completely. Put it in defense mode. I think, does it always summon in defense mode? No, you just decided to put it in defense mode. That's fine by me. That means you can't attack over my wolf. Illusion of Chaos coming through. We're gonna actually go ahead and ash that. My mans. Get that on out of here. No effect for you. No search for you, rather. Soul Servant. The card that we pulled at the beginning of the video. Seriously does look fantastic as a royal rare. Like, the artwork on it is fantastic. I doubt he's gonna do anything that would be like play Eternal Soul or anything like that, because he knows I've got Feather Duster in the hand. He goes for the Magician's Rod, and he adds a Dark Magical. Why would you add continuous spells and traps to your hand when you just saw me pick up a Harpy's Feather Duster? Come on now. I can torch your whole field, my dude. Timaeus is fine. Play Timaeus. I don't care. As long, if you can't do 8,000 damage to me this turn, you're boned. I'm taking out your whole field next turn. As well as maybe taking out, if you don't flip Eternal Soul, and I just take it out anyways, I'll steal your whatever card you're summoning right here and use that to help you beat you. That is the plan. Hey, we got one of those in our pack opening as well. As it sends, oh, because it counts as Dark Magician, Dark Magic Circle sends that to the grave, or Banish Zone. Because, yeah, that's what it does. Oh, man. Came at a very inopportune time, my dude. He thinks that... Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Steely Wheelie Automobile this dude. You can activate Eternal Soul, that's fine. It's not gonna do anything. He thinks that because he had this on the field, he was safe. Which is genuinely, normally, yeah, you would be. He brings back the Dark Magician for no reason. Why couldn't I take that? It doesn't say... Oh. Does this say they aren't? Oh, yeah, this probably says Dark Magician is unaffected. Yeah. Yep, and because his name is Dark Magician. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, we lose. Alright. I think this is where we're going to end it off for today. Like I said, I'm feeling a little under the weather. But I will be back again this weekend with another episode of Masochist, so be on the lookout for that. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.